Hi, I'm Bob. This is the first time I've tried to make a YouTube video, mainly because this is a new gun for me. It's a Browning Silver semi-automatic. Safety's on, it's clear. Um, I was looking online and didn't find really what I was looking for as far as the different chokes that come with the gun. It comes with 3 different chokes: an improved cylinder, a modified, and a full. Um, and This gun will be used to hunt ducks over decoys, roughly in the 25 to 40 yard range. And I was trying to find pattern testing results for these three different chokes for different shot shells. And I couldn't find that, so I thought I'd do my own testing. Well, you should do your own testing anyway, because every gun's going to be different and every shell's going to be different. As I mentioned, it comes with the 3 standard chokes. If you read the operator's manual, owner's manual, it says, actually it gives a little asterisk for the full choke when using steel shot shell. It says, not for use with steel shot. Using an over-tight choke constriction with steel shot will result in an ineffective blown pattern. So that was interesting, because a lot of folks will use a full choke for duck hunting, so I wanted to test that. And they also show that you can buy an improved modified choke to be a full choke with steel shot. So I did that. This is the improved modified. It's a factory Browning part. You can buy these off eBay for 24 bucks, including shipping. So my original goal then was to test the modified, the improved modified, and the full, along with 2 different shotgun shells. The same shell, just different shot size. These are Hevi Steel shot, 3-inch 12 gauge, and number 3 shot and number 4 shot. My brothers still swear by the number 4 shot. When we were younger, when we used lead shot, when we were kids, the number 4 shot was most often used. They still use it with the steel shot, although a lot of folks have gone to bigger pellets than the number 4. So I wanted to try the number 3 and the number 4 with the 3 different chokes and see how that turned out. One thing, this Hevi Steel, one thing I liked about it anyway, at least to try it, is it gives you 1.25 ounces of shot load, versus a lot of shells will only be in 1 1/8 ounce. For instance, for this number 4, you have for this number 3, you have 197 pellets in 1.25 ounces. You would get 10% less than that if you were shooting 1 1/8 ounces. For the number 4 shot, you have 240 pellets roughly, where 1 1/8 ounce load would be roughly 216, so considerably less. So let's go see the test results. I've already done the testing. This is just sort of documenting it, and we'll look at the results in the garage. Okay, here are all the results for the Browning factory chokes. On the bottom are the 25-yard targets, and on the top are the 40-yard targets, with the better targets to the left and the not so good patterns to the right. Then the nomenclature here is the 25M4 means 25 yards, modified choke, number 4 shot, with 199 pellets in a 30-inch circle. So the modified choke with the number 4 was the best at 25 yards. And at 40 yards, the best was the full choke, a number 4 shot. That's the good news. The bad news is, for instance, the full choke, number 4 shot at 25 yards produces a little tiny pattern with 208 pellets within about an 18-inch circle, which would just obliterate a duck. The modified choke that was good at 25 yards did reasonably well at 40 yards with 128 pellets in a 30-inch circle. Okay, you saw the results from the factory chokes, modified and full. And one thing I found interesting were both the full and the improved modified were too tight of a pattern at 25 yards. And there was very little difference between the improved modified and the full. So I came back and I measured the inside diameter of the exit of the chokes, and there is indeed very little difference between the full. It's 0.709 inches versus 0.715 for the improved modified. So that explains why their results were so similar. So you can save some money on buying an improved modified and not do it. The inside diameter of the modified choke was 0.728 inches and larger than obviously the full, but the improved modified isn't between the two. It's between, but it's closer to the full than the modified. With, I guess, less than ideal results, I looked online, and a lot of folks are using these Carlson's extended chokes, aftermarket chokes, and they sell one specifically for steel shot for mid-range duck hunting, and it comes with a 0.720 exit diameter, which would be a little tighter than the modified, but closer to the modified than the other two. So I bought one of these, and we did 4 more tests at two distances, 25 yards and 40 yards, again with both different shots, the number 3 and the number 4 shot. So let's go see those results. Now let's look at the results from the Carlson choke, the mid-range Carlson choke. This was the target for 25 yards with the number 3 shot, and I would put it somewhere in the middle, not quite as good as the modified choke with 4 shot at 25 yards, but pretty good. The number 4 shot had with that same choke, had a tighter pattern and way too many pellets in a small circle. Not as bad as the full choke, but it was pretty tight. The 40-yard target with the number 4 shot was probably the second best with the Carlson choke, and it had 160 pellets in the 30-inch circle with a nice pattern. Unfortunately, I made it home from the range missing one target, and it happened to be the Carlson number 3 choke. I'm sorry, the Carlson choke with the number 3 shot. But it was one of the last targets I shot, and I recalled it had a nice pattern, not quite as good as this number 4 shot, but probably second or third best at 40 yards. So the upshot here is, I think there are 2 possibilities that would work best with this particular gun with these chokes. The modified choke with the number 4 shot, or the Carlson choke with the number 3 shot. And I think I'm going to go with the number 3 shot with the Carlson choke, at least initially, because the larger pellets with still a decent pattern.